Fix your collar. All right.
All right. Happy Monday, everyone. It's Greg Dixon here with Betty Withrow. Normally at this time, and Betty just reminded me, we normally do it at 2, and somehow did it an hour early, but here we are. And we we as Total Traffic and Conversion, we provide a fairly major range of marketing services. And then she and I have been working on offering services for authors for under the banner of Shared Visions Unlimited. So, what I'm going to talk about is some multimedia things. It's kind of involves a little bit of everything that we've done. Betty hasn't been involved with it because it's something that I've been doing since the last millennium, and it's mostly a volunteer mission for me. So, um, so years ago, I met a fellow named Rocket Norton, who was a drummer for a Canadian band called Prism that had a few 2 or 3 golden years, and they had won gold and platinum records. And when I met him, he had his Juno Award used to prop a door open at a theater in downtown Vancouver that he was running events for. So the Juno Award is kind of something like a Grammy Award. It's the highest award that you can get in Canadian music, and so it's kind of fun using it for a doorstop. But anyway, since then he had written. This is where Betty's part is. Rocket had written a book about his experiences growing up in Vancouver and involvement with music and his high school band, and called the Seeds of Time, that evolved into the band that was known as Prism. And it was called Rocket Norton Lost in Space: Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And um, if you got through the first chapter, you're golden. So it's kind of one of these things that virtually everybody in the Vancouver music scene in that time got a mention in there. Even up and coming people like Brian Adams and Sarah McLachlan were, they were nagging people in the studios trying to figure out how to be successful in the music business, and both of them learned. They were very good students. They mastered it very well. So anyway, I was technically the first publisher of the book, because I took that book and I put it on to a data CD that we sold at this event called Hippie Days. And one of the guys who bought the book was their former manager, and he put up the money to do print runs. And so we ended up printing. We probably printed and sold maybe 1,000 books from the rocketnorton.com site. And then recently it was for some formatting and also some legal challenges, we got it up on Amazon just about a month ago, because Rocket had tried to publish it through some other service, and it got, he had to get extricated from that before he could actually publish it himself. So, but that's another story. So anyway, roll over the years in the Rocket Norton Lost in Space, there's a thing called the Afterlife post Prism, and I've been involved with almost everything after that, including I helped him sell a video series called How to Coach Baseball to Kids. I helped him with a number of musical ventures, concerts, promotions, all sorts of stuff. Anyway, so I've ended up, for one reason or the other, I'm the keeper of the media. And so people, it says, "Do you have this photo? Do you have that? That video?" And a lot of stuff I created, but a lot of stuff I collected. There's a bunch of stuff from before my time, and so roll the clock up to about 2 years ago. Rocket's been diagnosed with cancer, and he was told that he probably wouldn't live past October 2022. So he said, well, screw that. I'm going to throw this big fundraising concert called, F Cancer One, and basically pick the date, which was his so-called expiry date, and all of the top performers, the classic rock people from the Vancouver area in British Columbia, all offered representatives offered to be part of this concert. So it ended up being pretty darn amazing. There's a lot of bands Americans won't know. Even people in California probably heard of Loverboy, but things like Chilliwack and Lee Aaron and Trooper and a bunch of the other ones were probably more Western Canadian known bands than down in the States. Future Prism toured in the States, but it probably wasn't the first first thing that comes to mind. And you can hear all the tunes on classic rock stations all over North America. Anyway, the concert was a fabulous success, and we raised over $300,000 for a specific uh, cancer research project. And so this year we're doing it again. I guess he said, well, it worked last time. Let's have another concert and see if I can stick it out until that concert. So that's on October 21st, 2023. And it's going to be at a bigger venue downtown Vancouver. And there are more people involved with it. And so there are a couple of things that I'm doing. For one, last year a marketing company had volunteered. They donated the website um, for the concert, but Sunday Rocket phoned me. He says, "Well, they said they're going to build a website. We have no website, and I've got an interview on the biggest rock station in Vancouver tomorrow at noon. Can you do something?" So I created the website. so and so so this year is so what's up now is a variation of that other site. I've changed some information, added some more stuff, and and we go from there. So I'll just it's an event here, and part of my reason for doing this is really I want to appeal to people who are interested, especially in the Vancouver area. If you want to come to this concert, it's going to be the absolutely best classic rock concert you'll probably see, because that if these bands are a blast from the past, then it's an opportunity to come and see them, and it's a fabulous cause. I'm just going to share the website here.
Yeah, get out there and rock out.
Get out and rock out. Yeah. Everybody who went last year is certainly planning to go this year. So yeah, so that's a photo with all the musicians on stage, and they're all Rocket has had something to do with most of these musicians over the years. Um, and this is Bill Henderson from a band called Chilliwack that I think also got some exposure in the States, and Abe Bryant, who he was the anchor. He played bass, and all the other musicians rotated around him. That's what it pretty much said. Nicest guy you ever meet. And they have there's a list of some of the bands there, and some of this ton in Rocket Nord's book. It's a band that lived only for a few months, but speculation was that if it lived more than a few months, it probably could have been a very impressive thing. But if you've ever had anything to do with music, it's hard to get any group of people together all rowing in the same direction for any length of time. And then here I put together a bunch of album covers. Lee Aaron recently said, "Well, the covers I had were a little bit dated, so she sent me a bunch of new ones." So that's part of it, and you can go visit at where are we at here? We'll go back. So you can go visit at fcancerconcert.ca and learn more about it. And there you can buy tickets if you're available to go. There's a link to make a donation to the BC Cancer Foundation. Let's see if I can put that image on the screen here. Um, Yeah, there we go. Oh, that one's got the QR code and everything.
Hey, yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. And there was one more thing. I should read out what the charity is about. So it's event proceeds will support BC Cancer's Profile, which is an acronym, Precision Oncology for Young People program, which aims to use genomic information to find new, more effective treatment solutions for young people facing cancer. So that's the mission for today. Um, so so one of the things that I recently in the last 2 days have acquired the title of multimedia manager and artist liaison. So one of the things is I've been reaching out to all of the performers and all of the cancer survivors and people who attended the concert to get on camera and do a few blurbs, talk about their experience. And I have two reasons for doing this. Is one is we're going to use it to promote the concert, and the other thing is uh, I'm interested in it as part of Rocket's legacy. Just get just people supporting and people's impression, and it could be just about how much they enjoyed the concert. So the invitation is in. If you were there, or let me know. Contact me, and we'll do a video session over Skype like we're doing now. I had one person. I put out an email, and one person told his cancer story, and just an appreciation for the concert. Um, the other thing that we're reaching out for is we're going to run an auction. Last year they had an auction during the concert, and where they auctioned off one of the guitarists from Loverboy donated a guitar, and they auctioned that off, and then a couple of other items. So this year we're going to do the website will have a silent auction section with things that people can bid on before, and the donations go absolutely everything this year goes straight to the Cancer Foundation. None of it goes to anybody involved with it. It just goes straight to the Cancer Foundation. And um, and uh, there'll so we'll have a information about the items that are going to be available in the live auction, and then information about the silent auction. And I've been floating the idea of using StreamYard to do a live virtual auction. So that could be an adventure. I've got a professional auctioneer, and if we try to go, that should be a lot of fun. Um, so we've so this is where Betty and I, with our total traffic and conversion, and also Betty's a ghostwriter, professional writer, writing coach, all of that kind of thing. And part of it is a lot of what these promotions are writing. Like for our clients, we'll put together campaigns to go out on Facebook and YouTube and all places and blog posts. So I'm doing quite a bit of that with this here, and also using emails a lot. The conversation come up says, "Well, why don't you phone all the musicians?" And I'm not a phone person, but I will put together put together a list and send everybody an email. At least give them an early warning that somebody might phone them.
Good idea.
So why I invited Betty here is it's kind of this is as multimedia gets.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have to say, Greg, that you stepping in at the level that you have and consistently upping your game on this project has been pretty amazing to me. Every time I turn around, there's something new going on. And so, kudos. And yes, I agree that F cancer is a hot topic. And, buy a ticket, go to the show, get into the auction, buy something. And having said that, if anybody needs somebody to put together a multimedia campaign, we know who to call. I mean, because as Greg just pointed out, he can function under pressure. He can take on a new role and go for it and hit the target. And so this is the way to go.
Yeah. And I'm
Hmm.
going to say that one of the things that Betty and I do is we do a presentation package, which involves getting your messaging sorted out. You have you created a system called the three golden apples, and
Hmm.
then people work their way through that, and then that's translated into some video scripts, and then I will record the videos doing that. So a lot of what we do there will apply here. Though when I'm hoping to get a number of musicians and a number of concert goers, people who went to the last concert,
Hmm.
or even supporters. We're trying to get some people involved with the cancer program itself, the research to get involved. But
Hmm.
it's very similar to what we offer, what Betty and I offer together for our clients, and
Hmm.
so it's a combination of writing and media, and we're both very much an advocate of taking media, repurposing it, and putting it everywhere.
Yes. Yes. The same exact piece of content can be turned into so many different things: blogs, social media posts, Google business profile posts, video scripting, and more. So it's a repurposing hub. You know, your content is not just one thing. It is one thing in the sense that you have a coherent message, but it's many things because each channel carries a a slightly different message and appeals to a different audience. So we work with you to strategize where you want your content to go, what you want it to do, and how your message is going to be received by your audience.
No, that's perfect. So we have a couple of calls to action, quite a few. Well, one is
Yeah.
to go visit fcancerconcert.ca, see what that's all about, and if you can go to the concert or make a donation, that'd be great. Um, and if you want to help us with a little blurb supporting the concert, or you have something that to donate, and I guess many of our audience may or may not be appropriate, because ideally we want the best things will come from the musicians participating in the event itself. Last year they had some. I think maybe even the Juno Award that was used as a doorstep may go to auction. So
Yeah, well, it's a you can't take it with you world. So if you have something that's going to make something better for someone else in an auction environment like that, I can see how that's really motivating for the people at this show.
yeah, years and years ago, I was at Rocket's place, and he had this thing he called the tour fridge. It was a 1955 refrigerator, and they had put stickers from tours that they'd gone on, with the various bands. And here they went with 10 years after, and here they were with Meatloaf, or the Beach Boys on these various tours. And
Uh-huh.
they had two, Al Harlow and Rocket Norton were just sitting there telling stories about it, because each sticker evoked something. So I asked about if he's moved out of where he was. I asked if the tour fridge was still in existence, and it it's not. But
Oh,
I really wished I had pushed harder, because I thought if they got the band members just to stand around the fridge drinking beer and telling stories about the stickers, that would have
yeah,
been a great little thing. But
yeah,
that's
yeah.
why I think it's important for people to tell their stories now,
Yeah.
while you still can, even
Hmm.
with your family members. You don't know when one day you can capture the stories, and then somebody has a stroke or something, and they can't, and then it's really hard. Then we'll have to invent the whole thing. So,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And that goes back to the same thing. Now you see them, now you don't. So if you set it up so that people can see and you passed along what did you want people to know out of your life, that's a really good thing to have, to be able to do that.
yeah. What do you want people to remember you by? What
Yeah.
message do you want to continue on? And I
Hmm.
think you and I, with working with authors, on books. I think that really is something. It is um, a very good record. Like even more than an ebook, a printed book is just seems to have more stick it to it as they
Yeah.
last. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
you've yeah.
You know where it is. You can hold it in your hand. You can hand it to somebody else. You can put a bookmark in it, all the good stuff about books.
Yeah, and you can use them to prop your computers so the levels right.
Yeah, you can do that too.
You can't do that with an ebook.
True. Yeah.
So, so if you're interested, for one, for sure, go check out fcancerconcert.ca.
Hmm.
Check out that, and
Hmm.
also reach out. Betty and I are available on LinkedIn, and you can go see what we're up to at sharedvisions.com and also totaltrafficandconversion.com. And if you want help with your book production, with multimedia stuff, with marketing, any of that kind of thing, let us know.
That's what to do.
Yeah. So, any last words there, Betty?
I say start a conversation and let's get the ball rolling.
Yeah. Let's get the ball rolling.
Hmm.
Rolling.
Rolling, rocking, and rolling.
Rock
That's
and
the way
roll.
to go. Yeah.
What do we usually say? Just do it.
Just, yeah. That's right.
Yeah. Anyway, so thanks for joining us on your Monday afternoon, and yeah, reach out to us. Check out the fcancerconcert.ca, and hope to see you soon. We'll be back next Monday with another writing topic, probably.
Yes, indeed so. Yeah.
All right.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.